Guys, it's Billy Mack here and welcome to my garage. On today's video, we're gonna button up a few little things in the bottom end, get everything put together, and I'll show you what I'm doing. So first thing, I just bolted up one section. As you know, the LS's, they only have one bolt going into the pickup tube. You can buy a kit that adds the second bolt here, and well, I guess I decided I had some stuff here, I might as well make my own. So my old pickup tube, it had, you know, the same bracket on it as this one does. So what I did is I just cut off half of the bracket. It's gonna go on here, and then I'm gonna bolt down both sides. I did cut up a little piece here for a spacer at the bottom and the only M6 that I have here. So let me get going on that. So first thing I'm doing here is throwing on a little bit of the blue Loctite on the pickup tube bolts. Now I'm gonna throw them in. All right, so it's not 100% perfect. This spacer's a little bit lower, but it's on there good and tight, and it's not coming off. So this here is your Copo spring, and it is 15 pounds over stock, maybe, or 20 pounds over stock. Este resort para libertar, no. There we go. This pressure relief spring is designed to be high pressure spring that is equivalent to the spring and shim used in the GM pump, blah, 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 and is in the limited edition Copo Camaro. The spring is 25 PSI over the enclosed blue spring and 15 over the already installed red spring. Let's get it in. So this is the tough part, as you can see. Got it. First try. So there was blue Loctite on this. I'm gonna throw some more on, then we'll throw it in the pump. All right, blue Loctite is on. Now this is gonna be one of those things there. One hand just might not work. So, there we go. So this gets tightened 106 inch-pounds. So 106 inch-pounds would be right around 8 pounds-feet, which is really not much. I did torque all those down, I forget what it was. Something like 18 foot-pounds maybe, 10 foot-pounds. Watch the last video if you want to find that out yourself. Beautiful. So this is the one thing we're waiting for. That is your, right here, sorry. That is your oil barbell. It is something, I guess, that can cause low oil pressure in these LS engines. What happens is, where your filter is, the oil comes in here and is diverted down and around, and the oil barbell that is stock allows for oil to get through and leaks, and it's just not pretty. So we ordered up a billet machined barbell, and it was supposed to be here. It's not here yet. Hopefully it gets here this evening and we can throw that in. We'll start throwing on everything from the timing cover to whatever else is required. So since we are waiting for that oil barbell, I think it's time to pull these valve covers off, clean them up, and give them some paint because they look like crap. So the valve cover's cleaned off. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this bung off, cut it there, clean it up a little bit, and I have some 10AN fittings coming, and I'll get my welding guy to weld them on here. Let's get started. So the first bung is off. That has to be tacked, and then this hole has to be covered over. It once had the PVC pipe. So the hole's drilled in. All we need is to drop in the 10AN bung and then have it welded on. Valve cover number 2, PVC outlet number 2. I'm gonna cut this one off, grind it down a bit, punch out the hole, and wait for our bungs to get welded in. This one's done now as well, so it's ready to be drilled out, and then we're pretty good to go. Okay, so this video is jumping around quite a bit. This is the nasty looking coil brackets. I think it's time to give these a good cleaning. All right, let's pop out the wiring and get this cleaned off. All right, so as you can see, still full of dirt and grime. So I'm gonna wipe it down first, then we'll get to cleaning it off. For the most part, everything's cleaned off. Can't really do much without a grinding disc, so I'm gonna go grab a grinding disc. Ta-da! And so after a quick rip to my nearest parts location, I picked up a couple actual grinding pads. 80 grit and 120. Let's get on with these. There you have it. Pretty well cleaned all off. Good enough to prime and paint right now anyhow. So we will flip it around to the other side. That one's done. So now I'm gonna throw the valve cover back in and polish it up. All right, so now I'm gonna drill out this small section right here. Stuck on you. So whenever we get the fitting, it'll sit right in there. I'll probably have to drill it a little bit further and it'll be good to go. Ooh, looking so pretty. Still waiting for that dang oil barbell to come in. So I'll ground down, ready for weld. We'll probably have to drill that out a little bit further. Cleaned up the rest. There was some heavy pitting in this one, so I just gave it a little quick go over with the grinder, and that's that. So now what I'm doing, I'm making a big mess here. I am tearing up the coils, took them all apart, cleaned them all up, and the bracket, I painted the bracket. It's over here drying. Then we'll get them back together and see how good they look. They were nasty. The wiring harness was in dire needs of a good cleaning. It looks fairly clean now, as you can see. This was super coated before, it looked like crap. So just a few parts that I'm not really interested in buying right now. Might as well clean them up. I have lots of time before this car gets on the road, so might as well do it myself. So this is what everything looked like, the mounts, the brackets, pretty rough. So just ground everything down. This one here I painted after I cleaned it when I first got it. I'm gonna strip it and prime it and paint it the right way. But I wanted to see how well it would clean up when I first got it. So as you can see, pretty rough, but I'll get rid of most of that with the grinder. And there you go. The coil mounts are complete. I cleaned up the coils a bit as well, and I think they look pretty good. They're a little messy from dirty hands, but for the most part, pretty good. Matte black. Valve cover is gonna be matte black. Everything's gonna be black. So still no oil barbell. So I'm gonna leave this video at that. You can see that I picked around at a few things. Gonna get that other coil bracket done up here now. No sense of showing you guys that. It's pretty messy work, boring. And hopefully the next video will have the rest of the parts. We can put the bottom in, lock it all up, put the gasket on the oil pan, and you know, get the timing cover on the front. What else? Still lots to go, but we're getting there, we're picking at it. So I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. I'm Billy Mack, and just a boring little video. Thanks, guys, for watching as much as you are. Welcome to my garage.